Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of the Foolsopolis here in City Skylines. Well, last episode, guys, we started to build our very own wood industry. Well, today we're going to continue the expansions and hopefully get the rest of it all set up, as well as doing a couple of other little different bits and bobs to get us all fully functioning. Now, we set up previously the buildings or the farms, you want to call them, for producing the trees. The raw forest products, and now we need to turn those raw forest products, as they're kind of known, into paper and planed timber. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed this, smash that like button down below. If you're not even here, make sure you subscribe so you get notified next episode to come out. Yay. Anyway, we're currently producing, and I don't know how we're importing our own goods. I think it's more down to the fact that we're trying to fill up the storage. I don't know. But we're producing 442 tons of acquisition of our raw forest products. Now, I've kind of got this area over here all ready to rock and roll with kind of turning those goods into something a little bit more high valuable. So we've got a train line all hooked up, which is going to skadoodle through. Hopefully they kind of transfer it by train, because that will be a low traffic method, higher cost effective, and we can then ship it in bulk, which will be really good. And we've also got to set up the two highway connections, one here, one over here, and get this road to be connected down to here too. So let's get this area all set up first for actually producing the goods. And we'll try and kind of build first our little kind of road network, or as good as we're going to kind of want it. Now, for the exportation area, I feel like I'm going to kind of place some buildings over here, so I might need a second one, so we might have to do kind of something sunken going down below. There ain't going to be too many buildings. It actually depends on how big these buildings are for the farm, for the forest industry. Because some industry buildings can be absolutely huge. We've got this one, decent size. This one, tiny. So that does the timber. That does the paper. We might be able to just get away on this side to begin with, to be honest with you. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I've got to pick a point. I'm going to pick a point about here. I'm going to bring it first in by 11. Then we'll do the 10 methods. So pumping this up, 20, continue going. And then we want to make sure that we are then setting up all our little kind of turns beautifully. So I bring this one first down here by 40. Now that I've realized that the buildings aren't that big, I don't need to go that crazy. I just don't. I honestly just don't. We're going to create so coming up at the 20 there. I'll bring that straight down for a connection here. So I'm just going to do a couple of little grids here and there. I'm hoping I can plant down, or at least place. There we go. That was a bit difficult. The train station over on this side. I'm hoping that if I did... No, it's a bit too close. If I go for that 20 mark here, do you reckon that's too close? If I delete that for a second. Trains. Oh, that's almost perfect. That's almost perfect. Right, we'll drop that there. And we just need to kind of create a system to kind of loop us in. So, now this is the big one. This is the big one. Are we going to pretty much funnel it all to this? If I made this a one-way system to kind of come in and then to turn to go back out. Am I doing too many grids? I mean, there's no wrong with me extending it over this area as well. I just don't feel like the buildings are going to be that huge. I mean, that take up that much room. But I'm not liking, if I'm honest with you, how this is now turning out, where they're coming down here. I'm creating issues from day one. Unless I had another little connection just there. See, that could work, but I might be putting too much pressure on this. We'll find out, won't we? I assume we're going to find out. I just feel like this is not going to work. I've already created some issues. Slight little wiggle, but we'll kind of deal with it. Now, back to the roads anyway, because I want to kind of bring... That kind of slightly falls away. That's not straight or perpendicular to the area, is it? The train line. Well, then again, it does wiggle down, so that kind of does make sense. But I'm just extending as much as I can. And I feel like we should also have underpass over. I feel like we should sink this down all a bit more. Yeah. In my head, I'm just like, my brain's skadoodling like 100 miles an hour. But if I go to here, selecting all of that to there, and if I just kind of quickly align it to the object height of where this is sunken down below, so if I choose here, so it does kind of pop up and come back down there, which I don't mind because we can kind of sort the rest of that out. But this allows me then to choose, and I don't know whether to kind of choose it coming off of this. Just bring you there for a minute. Where's that road gone? There we go. So I'll bring it to here. We'll elevate it up and over as a straight connection. And then that gives us more ways in which we can connect to the area. So now it doesn't feel so suspect, does it? It doesn't feel as crazy. So I'm going to do a 15 to there. I'll do a 15 down to here. Just kind of end these little areas like this. 15. And of course a 15. So just run these little areas out right now. I think I'm going to delete this back by one. And then cut you in. Now we've got this grid method, this grid effect that kind of allows everybody to kind of get from point A to point B in all different directions and connections. Sweet. So let's just quickly right now just sort out that little bit of a elevation change. It shouldn't change, or it should flat. Oh, what happened there, boys? I think that's level. I think it's just the ground because we haven't really terraformed this area before, have we? So let's smoothing this off. There we go. Smoothie, smoothie, smoothie. So you don't really notice it then as much. And we can then start to place down some buildings then. So I know we're storing some of the raw resources over here. We'll probably also place them down here. Actually, no, I won't. Because I'll allow them to kind of chuck them onto a train and then ship them all the way down here. So if I start then placing down, let's start with the bigger of the two buildings. So if I went for like this one here, and then also dropped it kind of backing up on itself there, and then one there. This is again for the paper, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And then do something very similar here, there, and there. So there's a couple of those buildings, and now we'll start to place down some of these smaller ones. So we'll dot these around generically in sections that I feel like wouldn't cause or wouldn't be too much of a traffic hindrance. So we got 2, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 of them buildings. We got 5 of the other ones. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll roll with this and we'll kind of just see what happens. So now near it, I want to store kind of locally then what's needed for. So I'll drop 2 warehouses down, one there and one there. So one's obviously going to contain the there we go, the plain timber, and then this one is gonna, no wait, that one can contain plain timber, this one can contain paper. There we go. There we go. So we'll see what happens just from this, and then we'll grow upon it. But just by having this right now, this really now sets us up. It does drop down a bit there. This now kind of sets us up to having the ability to now start implementing other unique warehouses and other unique, not other unique warehouses, they're called unique factories, aren't they? So you know when we did all the unique factories, all the ones I have remaining need some type of product from the forest industry, which we now have. And we can now start creating it. So that's going to be like a huge benefit for us. So it'll take a while before we start seeing something going on. We might start seeing a lot of vehicles now head, all the vehicles now heading to the train station because obviously they want to ship the goods to those production buildings. And we can now balance it because I don't know what I think what we've got producing right now is more than enough for the buildings we have over here. So if I add more in, I've got more room to build more upon it. So it's very expandable. It is very expandable. But to get over to here for a vehicle, you've got to turn, if you're on the highway at least, turn off here, drive all the way around. So we need to get these highway connections now all set up. So, first things first then, let's make sure it's all elevated. We do the usual suspect then, my 10. Oh, don't play these games with me right now. Don't play these games with me. I just want a simple 10. Just make my life easy, please. Just make my life freaking easy. 10. Jeez Louise. That was painful, wasn't it? And then, oh, he's going to do the same here. Bam, bam. Right. Oh, no, that's... Okay, right. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good time, boys. Anyway, slip road styling. We then need to do this by a 26, if I can remember. 26. 26. 26 by a 26. So make sure this is all the right way around in just a moment. So obviously that's got to go that way. This is leading down to this way. That's leading that way. This is going back down to here. Good stuff. This has become like a staple right now of how we build these highway connections in this city. That's across there. And then, of course, the 2-lane road. For the lane math. Does us justice. So, quickly sort out the lane connectors, making sure that they're all in their right ways. La-di-da. And we then need to do the slopes. So, I'm not going to worry too much just yet about if I need to do turning on these junctions and all that kind of stuff. I just ultimately want to see how much demand there's going to be, considering we have the train line all hooked up within it. So once I see what the demands come from this, then I'll decide my next game plan, whether I'm doing 2 lanes on here, getting rid of traffic lights, kind of doing dedicated turning sections, you know, all that kind of stuff, roundabouts and whatnot. We'll just see. So that is the closest one we now got set up. I'm going to set one up here too, and then this road will eventually go around and connect over to there. So I haven't on this side just yet got, alright, bring that down. Got the 10 away from this section. So that's all in line. Okay, it's not going to do what I want it to do, which is fine. Oh, this one's a bit different too, because we have... It's a 2-lane road, so I won't be... Oh, don't talk to me. I won't be doing... I won't be... No, I will have to drop it down to a single lane, won't I? Yeah, ignore me. Ignore me, guys. What's going on? What is going on right now? Seriously. Right. Align to object height of view. Right, leave me alone. Right, let's get back in the game. Back in the game, boys. You're throwing me off right now. So a 10 and a 10. A 10 and a 10. There we go. And then 26 is the magic number. "26 is the magic number." So that goes there perfectly. That's got to be flipped around. That's perfect. That's got to be flipped around. And because of lane math, singular file, we're in business, boys. We're in business. So then, very quickly right now, make sure this is sunken down. We'll set up the lane connector. So we've done this one quicker than the last one. Go figure. I don't know why I was having to think that that's going to have to stay as a 2-lane. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know. It's a weird one. Oh, and then last but not least right now, the slope in angles. So like I said before, we'll just see what the traffic says, and that will determine my next move for the infrastructure. So before I connect the rest of that road up then, we're good to go. Our vehicles turning off. I'm starting to see a couple of vehicles in this area. I don't believe we've seen a train approach this section just yet. I mean, there's a lot of wood or timber on this, so you're obviously going to... Oh, over to here. Okay, so they're still exporting out the region. I don't think they've updated their route yet to be able to start producing those mega goods to make me mega money. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But, right, let's get this road over here. I'll try and fast forward, too. See if I can get some growth happening. So, right, okay. I'm going to bring this down to 40. That sounds about right. I'm going to bring this... I think it's a 50. Now, I could do a bend, or I could do a big wide bend. Many things could happen right now. So I think what I'll do the big bends. So 30 by 30 will do. A 30 by 30. Now where does that meet? If I bring it to about there, we should get it like a reasonable distance. Oh, okay, that's actually quite far. I didn't realise it was going to be that far then. 34 by 31. So 31. It's slightly off of 31, isn't it? If I went for a 32. 24 by 24. We'll take that instead. There we go. Nice little wiggly bend. Beautiful. That whole area has now just become connected. It's now become very, very accessible. Think about it, right? You got that big intersection in the middle here. 1 turn off, 2 turn off, 3 turn off, 4. Big looped road going around. You thinking what I'm thinking, guys? We're going to tram it right now? Alright, calm down. You're jumping ahead of me right now, guys. You're jumping ahead of me right now. Right, so. Still waiting for a train. I don't know whether they'll train it first or whether they'll decide to drive it, because there's a couple of vehicles now on the way over here. So, oh, that's exporting goods. That's still exporting goods. So they're still on the old export run right now. They're still on the old export run, so we might have to wait a little while before we start seeing them goods being shipped out. Oh no, hold on! We're actually creating plain timber. Are we creating paper? Yeah. Oh, excuse me then. Acting like, you know, didn't know what was going down. So maybe they've had a train come in then, or maybe they've, you know, drove a couple of goods over and I've not kind of realised. Well, that's hilarious, isn't it? That truly is hilarious. Right, where's this train going? Where are you going, boy? Ah, over to there. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I feel like this is a pretty clean system. It's a pretty clean system. It all happens over there, brings it over here, gets produced, and then trains can ship it to where they need to get to. If you want to get onto, whatchamacallit? Oh, I'm going to say, is that the easiest way to get to it? Because they've got to go around here to then go round, round, round. You know what I mean? Airport's there to kind of get it out by plane. Shipping-wise, to be honest with you, I think the easiest shipping for them is to kind of bring it up to there and use that one. Which then makes me then question, well, okay, we kind of need to do something around here. But then again, with the way that that train line goes around here, is it then easier to create like a loop and then a V there to get it shorten the distance maybe? Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't think I'm fully sold on it just yet. But, yeah, we're now going to be able to start producing the goods, which is going to be really, really exciting. It's all our own acquisition at the moment. Another train coming in. Where are you going? Okay, over there. Does nobody want to use this? You know what I mean? Where are you going? Aha! Okay, we have our first train bringing goods in and our first train leaving as well at the same time. So it's a first for both ways. Okay, now we're cooking on wood. Whatever the say it is that we can use for this. Whatever that say it is. But that's great stuff though. I'm really kind of impressed with that. So that means then we're functional. I don't have the ability to anyone to get over here very, very easily for like workers just yet. Up to 3,000 workers can currently work here. But it's now going to spark demands. If I create the jobs in areas, they're going to want to live nearby. So we already have this metro station here, which currently has one train line connection. Or one metro connection, I should say. So in reality, we should be thinking about expanding this section now, right? It's about time. So I've got to now figure out where the points would now be. So if I came out by 21, is that 21? Yeah. By 11, a 10, and a 10. Is that too close? So should I go by another 20? Oh, I've got to do a 20 here. I can't go any further. Just to kind of keep away from the junction slightly. So I quickly pause to get the rest of this in. 20, 20. So I'm just going to go around right now with this. Which I actually can't do here, because obviously I can't run it down like normal. Oh, I messed that up. Oh, wait, did I do it here? Did I do it? No, yeah, I did. I messed up there as well. I instantly forgot I need to do it by an 11. Bam. Bam. 11. Ooh, that's kind of slightly off, isn't it? 20 and in. See, yeah, it's got to be 11, by the way. So this one I think I'll do like this instead. Just because of the nature of what that building is there. That definitely is slightly off. Oh no, the 11. Oh, ignore me, guys. And I'm going to bring them little side streets a little bit closer to this section. So you got these little two-way side streets. So it's stuff like I can come off to here. 7. Where does that end? Why you gotta run like that, boy? Stop doing that, boy. Oh, this is so difficult, isn't it? Right, scrap that idea. Right, run that to there. That will then snap in. Is that just one node? Yeah. Oh, wrong button. Right, I'm going to bring it all a bit closer. Straight in there. You know, I will keep it. It's kind of like the old town. That's the vibe I'm getting. Old town vibes. It's so freaking weird, this. Why am I deciding to do this right now? I don't know. I don't know, boys. But I feel like I need to do it for some weird old town vibey reason. You know, back in the day kind of streets. I don't know why I feel like the need to do this, but I'm doing it. Don't judge me. Just enjoy the process. Alright, it will be kind of an interesting design, wouldn't it? It kind of would be. So, this is going to begin our journey on this side. It really is. If we just now finalize some of the formats, we'll do a 30 there, connect in. Run that down. And I'll just start here with some residential. Leave it as that. But that's an area that we definitely need to work on. Don't question my old town vibes in that little section. It's gonna look good. I promise you this. It is gonna eventually kind of maybe, okay, maybe not, but we'll try and make it look good. Wow, that conversation changed real quick. So what's interesting then is actually vehicles using this. Obviously, turning off here is deemed to be quicker. I assume, well, I mean, where are they going first? You're going to... So they find this, and then going into there. To there, basically. Quicker to turn off there. To then cut through, as opposed to maybe doing something like... Oh, it makes sense. As opposed to like coming down here, down there, up there, turning off and then driving that way, or kind of going straight up, round there, turning off there, but then they've got to kind of go round and round. That's interesting. That is. I don't know if that's an issue or whether... Or what, I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not 100% sure. But, great stuff. So it will take a while then before we start seeing all the kind of plain timber and the paper kind of factories and all that kind of jazz produce a lot more, because they're still begging for raw resources. So I mean, we should start to have a few more trains on the way. Okay, we have a train here fully loaded, about to drop off some goods. So the goods are now coming. The goods are now coming. So next episode then, as they continue to grow, we can then hopefully take a look at the rest of the unique factories, making sure that we've got them where we need them, making sure that we've got the warehouses storing the goods locally for them. But every industry right now is making a profit. The only industry I don't have is fishing industry, but that doesn't really matter when it comes to unique factories. Their goods are not relied on anything. So we can kind of get away with that for a minute. But it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of intrigued to see where this is going to go. So I know it's only a short episode, guys, but it set us up for some big expansions coming up in the future, where there is more unique factories, but also at the same time, it sets us up with kind of finalizing this little section area over here, and then we'll go from there. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So...